XRP is breaking higher. Right about now, it's about 90 cents and climbing. In the last couple of weeks, it's climbed from 51 cents up to 90 cents. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what XRP is doing right now and where it could be going. Also going to talk about a couple of time frames for Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market in terms of this market cycle and what it could be doing. There's a few predictions out there that just came out recently that I'm going to discuss. Also in cryptocurrency news, the infrastructure bill that passed that has language in it regarding cryptocurrency reporting and tax requirements for companies in the crypto space. The amendment that would have corrected some of the language to be more realistic did not get passed. And there's a couple of people that pointed out something really interesting about that whole thing, and I'm going to touch on that in this video. Also, if you're in the cryptocurrency space and you've been on Twitter, you've probably noticed we haven't seen any tweets from Elon Musk regarding cryptocurrencies lately. But yet, crypto market keeps climbing. Interesting. Hey everyone, my name is Randy and welcome back to the Late Night Grind. On this channel, I'm covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, personal finance, and the Ripple versus the SEC case. So if any of those topics interest you and you want to follow along, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit that bell notification icon so YouTube will notify you when I send out a new video. And I also believe that people in the crypto space are some of the most generous people in the entire world. So if you're feeling really generous today, as you should be, there's been a lot of green candles lately, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm and tells YouTube to share this video with other audiences. So if you do that, I'd greatly appreciate it. And with that, let's jump into it. So first, I'm actually going to touch on the infrastructure bill that passed, the $1.2 trillion of more spending that was just passed, going to go to the House of Representatives soon, has language in it that's going to force basically anybody in the crypto space to attempt to have reporting on pretty much anybody that they deal with and send that information to the IRS. It's not really going to be possible, so it's going to be interesting to see if any of that changes by the time that it actually rolls around, or if it's just going to be a total show we're going to get to watch. But there were two guys that really pointed something out very interesting over the last day or two. Number one is John Deaton, who is actually an outside attorney covering the Ripple versus the SEC case. And another one is Blockchain Backer, who is a crypto chart technical analyst, covers XRP, things like that. And they both pointed out something similar that I thought was really interesting, in that there are now a lot of people thinking that this Congress and congressmen fighting to get these amended languages put into the infrastructure bill was kind of just a show, and that the government really just wanted to take control as it is. Now, I'm not going to go all conspiracy theory and kind of jump on that train, but there is some interesting points to it. John Deaton and a blockchain backer point out that the one senator who actually rejected this, or basically voted no against it because he wanted his additional $50 billion of military spending in, he's actually going to be retiring at the end of the term. He doesn't have to worry about getting voted in again. He doesn't have to worry about angering his constituents or whoever voted him in the first place, or really angering the crypto community as a whole, which to this point he's pretty much done. Him and Bernie Sanders. So that's kind of a conspiratorial take on it, but I thought it was really interesting because it makes a lot of sense, especially when you look at who this guy is. At least according to his bio, he is not necessarily really into the military side of things. He comes from the banking, investment, and security side of things. That's where the interesting part comes in. All right, so now I want to talk about what XRP and what Bitcoin are doing for this particular market cycle. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, XRP is now trading at about 90 cents, which is up from 51 cents just a couple of weeks ago. So you're starting to approach that $1 level where you could essentially have doubled your money had you bought the dip or bought the low point. Now, XRP is largely coupled to Bitcoin, so whatever the movements of Bitcoin are, XRP typically sees the same thing. So if we go over and look at a Bitcoin chart, we're going to see that Bitcoin is also on the move up. Bitcoin dominance is on the way up, and the total market share of the entire crypto space is on the way up. But it's not just Bitcoin, because most of the altcoins and the altcoin markets are all moving up right now as well. Because right now we're in this part of the market cycle where everybody kind of thinks they know what it's going to do, but nobody really wants to say what they think it's going to do because it might do the exact opposite. So I've been watching a couple of videos, a couple of technical analysts that I do every single day, and I've seen some predictions about where Bitcoin's going to go in the next month or two, or by the end of the year. And it looks like there's kind of two camps really forming. There's one camp that says this Bitcoin market cycle is going to be done in the next 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to peak at probably somewhere between 100 and 150,000 in the next 6 to 8 weeks before it tanks. And it seems like there's another camp, and this is a little bit bigger of a camp, and in fact, I myself probably consider myself a member of this camp as well. that considers this to be an elongated market cycle. Because there's a lot of technical indicators that indicate, yeah, there's some similarities between this market cycle and the last 2 or 3. But there's also some indicators that are showing that this is a much longer, elongated market cycle. Just for instance, take the 2017-2018 bull run for Bitcoin. Took all of about 3 months for it to run all the way up and run all the way back down. Right now, Bitcoin has taken 6 months to go from 10,000 up to 64,000, and then an additional 2.5 months to go from 64,000, touch a bottom, and then come back up to about 46,000 where we're at now. It's already a significantly longer market cycle. I have a tough time believing that all of a sudden this secondary run-up is going to do it real quick in a month or two and then crash. I think it's going to be a longer, more methodical run-up because there are a lot of people that don't know if they should FOMO in yet. There's a lot of people who bought the top, sold the bottom, and they don't exactly know what to do with the price right now. And that's not necessarily what this video is about. I'm not a technical analyst. I'm not a financial specialist, so don't buy or sell anything based on what I'm saying in these videos, please. But let me know in the comments section below. Let me know if you think that this is going to be a much quicker market cycle, meaning do you think Bitcoin is actually going to A, pass all-time highs, and B, is it going to do it in a month or two, or is it going to take much longer? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, I am putting that question in my community tab on the poll, so make sure you go visit there if you haven't already. And so as we're watching XRP and some of these other coins break out, I've actually been watching a few others that I've been looking at very closely. In fact, I've been looking at some of these for probably 6 months now. Solana has seen another breakout, but it seems like it's almost slightly decoupled from Bitcoin. Cardano is seeing a big breakout, and again, it's seeing a much bigger breakout than what Bitcoin is. And the other one that is kind of laying low on the radar right now is Helium, HNT. I got in on this one a little bit earlier back in the spring because it looked really interesting with all of the mining you can do. The helium miners that basically you just plug them in, it's like a hotspot, and it mines the helium for you. Now, there's back orders for months and months and months because hundreds of thousands of people all of a sudden realized how profitable it became. Well, just the other day, HNT shot up about 30%. Interesting. Well, I then realized that Helium, HNT, actually has a halving event, much in the way that Bitcoin does, much in the way that a lot of these models that predict the price swings of Bitcoin are going to go so high are based on a stock-to-flow model because of these Bitcoin halving events, meaning the amount of Bitcoin that's coming into the market is getting slower and slower and slower. HNT, they have the same thing. They have a halving event. So that is something to take a look at. I'm not saying you should buy or sell HNT, just something to take note of. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for 55,000 subscribers. For those of you who have subscribed to the channel, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button and join the late night grind community. And as always, I appreciate you watching all the way to the end of the video and give it a big thumbs up. And I'll see you guys on the next video.